Hi, today we are going to differentiate between buying and purchasing. So we want to know that what is the difference between buying and purchasing. So let's see how we can differentiate between them. So the differentiation between purchasing and buying is an intriguing subject to investigate because many people think that they both mean the same thing. However, it is a conundrum that few people will able to solve. So it is so confusing that it is hard to differentiate between buying and purchasing. Essentially, the meaning of both is to acquire something against money, and two terms are often used interchangeably, but they do differ in context. So let's try to differentiate these both terms in this lecture. Here is a picture which shows that the little bit pictorial difference between buying and purchasing. So you see that buying, you go in store and take the things from shelves and then do your shopping. But in purchasing, you are there like is like formal, is exchange of dollar, is exchange of goods, and there are two parties involved at the same time. So little this is the difference between buying and purchasing. Let's see what are the other differences between buying and purchasing. Okay, so if you see this slide, you can see that there are two sides. One is buying and other is purchasing. So these are the sum of the difference between buying and purchasing. Like one, we use buying terminology like generally, whereas purchasing is we are using specifically. Buying is informal, whereas purchasing is formal. Buying we use in commonly, and then but for purchasing we use practical. Particularly for that. Then the major difference between buying and purchasing is contractual arrangement. Uh, Buying doesn't have any contractual arrangement, whereas purchasing has a contractual agreement arrangement. It means there is a contract when you acquire something, whereas in buying there is no contract involved. Uh, Buying is like casual term, and but purchasing is official. Like when we common people are acquiring something, it is like casually we are talking, but when a government or an organization is acquiring something against the money, is become official. Then when usually we acquire everyday commodities, it's buying, and when we are not buying everyday commodity, it is becoming purchasing. uh, Buying is related to small things when we are acquiring small things, but when we are acquiring big things or big amount ticket money things, that is called purchasing. uh, Another difference could be that buying we use for those things which we bought for immediate consumption or for consumptions, whereas purchasing, we when we acquire the things for the purpose of resale, so we say we purchase the thing. Then another difference could be that less price or cost spending, when you are spending less money, or so we are using terms buying, whereas when we buy high price or cost ticket spending, then we use purchasing. There is other thing is that buying has a smaller scope. It covers less thing as compared to the purchasing, which has larger scope. So we can say that you purchase everything, but you do not buy everything. So purchasing has the bigger scope as compared to buying. So this is the uh, main difference between the buying and purchasing. If you have any question, please let me know. Then I can answer you if you have any confusion between these two terms. Thank you.